Tuesday, November 4th, day 152, election day actually, and feds made sure to have a ridiculous presence ripping through LA and surrounding areas, taking at least 25, including arresting a U.S. citizen, and then driving off with his Toddler in the back seat. So let's get into it because there's a lot to cover. First off, they were spotted at Dodger Stadium using that open parking lot number 13 again, around 9:55 a.m., where about 7 Border Patrol vehicles were seen there, the unmarked ones. Fire department did ask them to leave because they had the parking lot reserved, saying that they were unwelcome. And then at the Cypress Park Home Depot, around 9:15 a.m., several factions of Border Patrol agents flooded into the parking lot and kidnapped at least 7 individuals, including that Toddler I mentioned and her father, who is a U.S. citizen. The different factions of agents seem to be arguing about who would take that car with the Toddler in it. Eventually, the fully dressed tactical agents pulled away the unmasked agent, who is also been seen in the last few days pulling his weapon at responders in Santa Ana and targeting street vendors heavily lately. That unmasked agent walked away angrily and was later seen inside the Home Depot. Agents also broke into the work center over there in the parking lot that was protecting workers, tackled, handcuffed, and detained the coordinator. He was threatened and had to go at the corner, but he had to go to the ER with a fractured wrist and scraped knees. The Toddler was confirmed to have been returned to her mother by about 4:40 p.m. with the help of Immigrant Defenders Law Center. Aisha Wallace has that full story on LAtaco.com. And up the street in Cypress Park on North Figueroa by Cypress Avenue, a man was also seen being taken by Border Patrol agents just down the street from that Home Depot. And also near the Irvine Stein Middle School in Cypress Park around 12:16 p.m., Border Patrol agents were seen in the area after raiding that Home Depot earlier that morning. Over in Glendale, at a residential area in Mariposa Drive around 12:18 p.m., a bystander drove by as she witnessed Border Patrol agents kidnapping 2 roofers. One of the roofer's sons was also working with them, but was left behind in the car. And over at Burbank, at a U-Haul again at Victory Boulevard around 11:35 a.m., where bystanders pulled into the parking lot where 2 men were seen being handcuffed by Border Patrol agents. The agents refused to state their names and simply pointed to the numbers listed on their vests. The individuals recording asked both men being taken whether they had any family members they could reach out to, and both stated they had none. In North Hollywood, at the Target on Victory and Vineland around 7:40 a.m., 7 plainclothes agents in 3 unmarked cars were spotted meeting in that parking lot, possibly staging for that morning. And down in Koreatown on 5th Street and New Hampshire Avenue around 10:40 a.m., a street vendor who sells coconuts was confirmed kidnapped by bystanders who reached out to LA Taco. And over in downtown Los Angeles on 7th and Figueroa around noon, there was quite a scene as various bystanders confronted Border Patrol agents who were seen apprehending a young male and placing them into a vehicle. LA Taco spoke with individuals present who stated that it was a joint operation with local law enforcement, but in videos documenting the incident, it appears agents called LAPD to help them disperse the crowd blocking their vehicles from leaving the area. Also in downtown LA, they went over to raid the Piñata district. They were seen at Sky's Produce, which is on Olympic and Hemlock Street around 11:20 a.m., where video shows Border Patrol agents there, and it was confirmed by rapid responders that 3 individuals were taken. Again, in the Piñata district on the East 11th and Stanford Avenue around 12:10 p.m., Border Patrol agents were seen in the area. It is unclear if an individual was kidnapped, but by pictures it looks like he might have. And then down the street on Central Avenue from the Piñata district, over by the Santa Monica Freeway at a Shell station, at a bus stop, Border Patrol agents were seen grabbing an older woman. You could see another woman who was questioning the agents, but ultimately they took her away. And over in Oxnard in the Lemonwood area, first on El Dorado Street around 5:15 a.m., a man was confirmed kidnapped. And then still in the Lemonwood area on DuPont Street, around 5:40 a.m., 2 men were taken away near their homes shortly after walking out to head to work together. One of the men's sons reached out to LA Taco, who explained that his aunt was outside and witnessed his uncle and father get taken away by federal agents. Earlier this year, his mother was also taken during the Glass House Farms raid. He just lost everybody. In Oxnard at Port Weneme at an undisclosed intersection around 10:30 a.m., VC Defense confirmed the presence of masked federal agents near a freeway overpass. And down in San Diego on 47th Street and Hilltop Drive around 7:55 a.m., federal agents were seen scouting near a school. When Navarro Community Watch members went over to question the vehicle, but they immediately drove away. And again in San Diego on 45th Street and Market Street around 8 a.m., a Community Watch member confirmed that an individual was kidnapped. Over at a courthouse in Rancho Cucamonga, located on Haven and Foothill around 10 a.m., Community Watch took notice of ICE presence at the courthouse. Around noon, 1 person was taken, and later, around 3:45 p.m., another person was also taken. And over to San Bernardino, there was quite an ordeal tonight on Washington Avenue and Dumas Street, 1 block south of Orange Show between 5:10 p.m. and 7:15 p.m. Federal agents barricaded a family in a home. Community members state that agents with FBI jackets knocked on the door initially before ICE was seen arresting alongside men wearing sheriff's vests. Community Watch states that officers involved refused to identify themselves. And here at LA Taco, Izzy Ramirez digs into the second death associated with Adelanto this year. Here's Izzy.
Gabriel Garcia Velez was taken by federal immigration enforcement agents on October 14th. Not too long afterwards, he was taken to the hospital, and for 10 days, Adelanto refused to elaborate on his condition or his whereabouts. The family was left without any answers until DHS gave them a call on October 23rd to let them know about his critical condition and asked them to go give their final goodbyes. They still have received no clarification or answers from DHS or from Adelanto or from the hospital itself.
You can find the whole tragic story, including how Adelanto poorly handled everything, on elitaco.com. Well, that's it for today, folks. Remember, stay safe, stay vigilant.